Hey everybody, welcome back to the Stock Car Spectacle. I'm Ian Jortson.
I'm Mike Gamble.
And I'm Nick Kinsel. No, wait, excuse me. I'm Twitter celebrity. No, excuse me. I'm Twitter celebrity Dalton Good.
Yeah, Dalton, thanks for coming on the show, subbing for Nick.
Sorry, I had to do it. I'm the super sub of podcasting, so I had to do that.
Yeah, basically one of these guys are down. I always got to call you. So
yeah,
thanks for coming on, buddy.
Yeah, no problem at all. Well, just came back from Bristol Dirt, so I think it's the perfect time that you called me to come in.
Oh yeah, I mean, it looked like you had freaking a blast out there, man. You got to meet Rowdy after the race. You got NBC tweeting about you. I mean, you had one hell of a weekend.
Well, you know what's funny? I didn't even want to go. You guys know how I feel about Bristol Dirt. I literally repeat myself in the chat every day about how I feel about it. But now that they finally moved the date a little bit later, I'm like, okay, I'll just go give it a shot, see what happens. Plus, it's Easter weekend, so I can get to go to Johnson City, see Dad. That's a good excuse to go. And boy, I don't regret it. We went to the Left Turn Cult Boys. We had a hell of a time, and all of our drivers were doing like so good. Even Austin Dillon for a little bit for Cooper, and we were all just sitting there, just so focused, just having a good time. We'd never been in that position before, so it just made that trip worth it. Like just being with the boys, and then of course meeting Kyle right after the race is over.
Yeah, that was cool, man. I mean, that interaction with him was awesome. We got to sign your flag, and then he took the picture with you too. I mean,
yeah, but here it is. So I bring this flag to races every single week with me. Like if I go, I don't know if you saw, but I'm officially retiring it from bringing it to races. I'm not even going to take it to Talladega. It's autographed, but not only that, it's got another autograph. It's got the Tennessee clay like all over the sides of it because I like wore it like a cape like after the race is over, and it kind of like dragged on the stairs for when it rained. And I looked at him like, you know what, screw it, I'm not washing it, so might as well just retire it, frame it somewhere for whenever I get to Diecast, and have like a little special Bristol Dirt display for when I move house. So yeah, I'm retiring this flag. I'm gonna have to bring a new one. We'll see what I choose for Talladega this weekend.
Now you got to go get yourself a new one there, buddy.
Actually, I already do have one ready, locked and loaded to go, so it's all good.
I was going to say, this guy's probably got like 20 Rowdy flags on deck, dude.
Yeah. He's probably got them still in the plastic in his closet. Like, oh, next one ready to go. Here we go.
Right?
Open it up. Let's go.
All right, guys, you know how we start off our show every week. We start off with our Diecast of the week. Mr. Dalton Good, what you got for us today, buddy?
Dude, don't you wish that you can get race win diecast like immediately, like the day after your driver wins?
Oh yeah,
man, I cannot wait for that Bristol Dirt diecast to come in. I did say I want to get all of Kyle's Bristol wins. I got 2 more to go. I got 2011 spring and the 2010 sweep set, which I'm never gonna find. But we are going to Talladega this weekend, so it's time to bring out Kyle Busch's only Talladega win, 2008. M&M's Talladega win. Nice little donut mark on the there when Jamie McMurray tried to kill him with around 20 to go. If you look at the bumper, it's all scraped up from back in the 2-car tandem days, thanks to Danny Hamlin. Lots of rubber marks all over the front. Probably one of my favorite diecasts of the 2008 season, and a Talladega of all places. So yeah, there it is.
Oh yeah, all honesty, like his 2008 M&M's paint schemes, I think those are probably my favorite. That's probably my favorite year of the M&M cars. Number one, just because that was like the first car that I saw win a NASCAR race at 08 Chicagoland, and it just looks so badass.
I would love for Kyle to do a 2008 M&M's throwback this weekend, because that was actually the first win in the M&M scheme in 2008. Right. His first win.
Really?
His first win with Joker's Racing was a Snickers car, but he didn't win in the M&M's car until Talladega. So this was technically the first win with M&M's. I would love for him to do a throwback for that, but it's going to be
Snickers win. That was at Atlanta, right?
Yeah, Snickers was Atlanta. But it's Interstate Batteries this weekend, which I'm fine with. That's a 6 scheme anyway, but hopefully they'll do a throwback of this sometime this year. I'm hoping for Phoenix, maybe.
Yeah, that would be cool, man.
I had no idea that was his first win in the M&M's car. That's awesome.
Yep.
Especially on the Car Tomorrow cars, I always thought that M&M scheme looked awesome, man. That's a really good looking diecast.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yep. All right, Mike, what you got for your diecast of the week, buddy?
All right, fellas, we're going to Dega this weekend.
Yeah, I wonder what you're playing.
I could go with 3. Both the drivers I root for and one of the guys I like have all won here now.
Yeah.
So one of them diecasts ain't in yet. So, but we'll get to that one when it comes in. But we're gonna play one of my favorite diecasts in my collection, the 2019 fall Ryan Blaney race win, the Dent Wizard Ford Mustang, autographed by YRB himself.
Okay.
This is one of my favorites because this was one of the first times in a long time I actually remember being able to watch my number one guy win. Even when Blaney won with the Wood Brothers Pocono, he was still kind of like my number 2 because, you know, Trevor was still in the Cup Series at that point. So he was still my number 1. But yeah, that was the first time I can really remember watching my guy win like that in a long, long time. And watch that one in Ian's dad's garage in the shop there.
Yeah, I was about to say, I remember we were watching that one in the garage and like what Mogi was there. And that was a good race. That was fun. I remember you were going crazy because that was the first 007 win for him too.
The first 007, it kept him alive in the playoffs, which at the point he was pretty close to not making it in that next round. So that win really saved him. That was just an overall fun race, really good memories tied to that diecast. This is a really badass looking race car. So hopefully I got another 12 or 23 diecasts coming after this weekend, fellas.
Yeah, I mean, they're probably 2 of the best super speedway racers right now. So we'll see.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys, for my diecast of the week, since the number 3 is coming back to the Xfinity Series this weekend with Jeffrey Earnhardt in the car and Larry McReynolds is on the pit box as crew chief for that car, I had the bust out Ty Dillon's number 3 Nationwide Series car when he was running full time. This was his rookie Bass Pro car. It's actually color chrome too. Just an absolute beauty of a paint. I'm not the biggest Ty Dillon fan, but I saw this diecast on sale. And that was just something I had to get. I had the number 3 on there. It's Bass Pro, the color chrome. Not a big color chrome guy either, but with this, it works so well. So yeah, I had to bust that out for number 3 coming back this weekend with Jeffrey Earnhardt.
I had no idea you had that car.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't either.
And I'm with you, Dalton. I really like the Bass Pro schemes, and that one is no exception to being incredible.
Oh yeah. And like, I've played, I only got a few Talladega win. I got both of Blaney's Talladega diecasts, and I've played Ricky Stenhouse's Talladega diecast I got. So I wanted to play something I've never gotten on the show before. So figured I'd go with Ty Dillon's Bass Pro car.
Solid play.
Yeah. I have to give you a fun fact about Ty Dillon. So for Left Turn Cold this weekend at Bristol, we decided to do fan interviews, and our buddy Jacob Lewis interviewed this one guy who was 16 beers in. And he asked him,
saw that part.
Yeah, so he gave him 3 drivers to describe, and the first one was Ty Dillon, and he said, fake. And Jacob just dies laughing. He just goes like, yeah, he's fake as fuck.
Yeah, I don't really get that. I think Ty is way more genuine than Austin.
Oh, I wouldn't fake is
NASCAR
what, like,
fans.
Dude never heard of him before or what? I mean, he's not fake. Obviously, he's a real race car driver.
He was 16 beers in, so who knows what he meant.
Dude, so yeah, he definitely had his proverbial eagle mask on, if you catch my drift, Dalty.
Yeah. That's for sure. All right, guys, and we're going to Talladega this weekend. We're going for Mikey G's bachelor party. Guys, we are so excited. It's our first time. Dalton's been there before, but I am not prepared for Talladega. Like, it's going to be such a monster.
You are not.
Like, it's going to be crazy. I'm so excited, boys.
I'm beyond excited. This has been a track that's been at the very top of my bucket list for a long time. So, when my best man was asking me what I wanted to do for the bachelor party, I just kind of threw that idea out there just to get feelers. And he was like, I love it. We have to do that. And then just so worked out, a couple of you guys wanted to go to the race anyway. And we got a couple guys that aren't really NASCAR fans going. They have no clue what they're getting themselves into.
No.
So this is going to be one for the ages here, fellas.
I can't wait to be at the track with Dubs, man. That's going to be fun.
I'm excited to meet Dubs, bro.
You're gonna like him, man. He's a good dude. he's admittedly, kind of a casual NASCAR fan and stuff, but he does watch. He does understand what he's watching, but it's gonna be he's only ever done like a Chicagoland race where like you go to the track and then you leave like right after the race, like just like you'd be going to like any other sporting event. So the camping and doing the whole deal like we do, he has no idea.
This is all foreign to him.
Oh yeah,
shit.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
It's a good if you're not a NASCAR fan, this is a perfect place to go see your first race. And yeah, like I said, I've been to Talladega before. My first race was spring of 2012, 10 years ago, when Brad Keselowski and Kyle Busch were doing a 2-car tandem on the final lap. I thought Kyle was going to pass him right when he got to the rival like he did at the Bud Shootout that year. But unfortunately, Brad somehow found a way to get off of him, and it was just over. So,
I mean, that's bad Brad at the super speedways, man. He knows how to keep people behind him.
I got to give him credit. That was a very smart move. I don't know how he did it. I'd like to know how he did it, but good for him. He figured it out, because I thought Kyle was going to beat him at the finish line like he normally do in the 2-car tandem days. But yeah, Talladega holds a special place in my heart. I watched my first race on TV at Talladega in, I believe it was 2002. It was where I think Elliott Sadler went upside down. It was either 02 or 03, something like that. And that's kind of the race that got me hooked on to NASCAR. So yeah, Talladega is just a special place, and I can't wait to go back.
Man, I don't even remember what my first race that I watched was. Like, I was way too young.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
1997 Daytona 500.
That was just a few days before I was born.
I was 5, gonna be 6.
God damn, you're old. Yeah, but guys, Dega is gonna be awesome this weekend. We're definitely gonna try and shoot some content for you guys, so we'll have something on the show for you guys next week. No promises. There's gonna be a lot of alcohol involved, especially with old Dalty locks around us. That
raging bad influence. Old Dalton is on the group here.
If you give me a mics, y'all are in trouble. But
however, mics. Not mics, a mics. Just one. Just like one and done.
2 sips of a mic.
However, I FaceTime Mike right after this. I got a free Busch Light after the Bristol Dirt race, and I'm like, you know what? I got to call Mike because I knew he'd be proud of me. And
you FaceTimed me, and the service was terrible.
Yep.
Yeah, it actually wasn't bad. I will admit the Busch Light, it was tasteless, but it wasn't terrible.
I'm proud of you.
I might have another one.
Dalton,
boy,
you're like one of the little brothers I never had. I've never been more proud of you in my entire life than you FaceTime me with a beer in your hand. Just like, my little boy's growing up. Look at this.
Yeah, shout out to the boys from the Big Motor Small Blade podcast. They were sitting right next to us. And after Kyle got the victory, they were pouring water all over me just to celebrate. And then I got a free Busch beer. I forgot to bring Rowdies for my victory chug. So I had to improvise.
Were those the guys that gave you the beers Stone Cold?
Yes. So yeah, I forgot my Rowdies because I forgot to go back to the house and get them. Mm-hmm. But so he gave me 2, but I'm like, dude, I got to do my shotgun. Like, this is the first time it's happened in person. So today had to give me 2 free Busch Lights, and that's what it did. Then I had one to actually drink after that. So,
well, and you also learned a very valuable lesson too. The best beers are free beers.
Right. That is true. That is true.
But Dalton, don't worry. I'm bringing at least 4 cases of Busch Light Apple with us this weekend. So,
holy shit!
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit!
Mike, we brought 3 to Atlanta last year, and that didn't last.
No. We brought 3 and left with 23.
Yeah. That's because we picked up more.
They multiplied. We stuck them in the ground, planted them, and then we just took them off the Busch apple tree on the way
Busch Light Apple babies. All right, guys. So before we get into the show, make sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram. Make sure to follow Dalton on Twitter and Instagram as well. And make sure to tune into the Left Turn Cult every week. They're always making great content. I love you guys. You guys are always putting on great shows. Probably some of the dumbest opinions, but I still love you guys.
But yeah, they were kind of they are really heavily in love with Bristol Dirt.
I can't, dude. They love it way too much. Like, we're gonna get into it. We'll get into it.
Yeah, I definitely got some opinions after that. But but I just want to say thank you all for 1,000 followers on Twitter for the Left Turn Cult. We really appreciate you guys. This is our first time vlogging this whole weekend. We did some fan interviews, and they were amazing. I don't know if you checked it out on YouTube, but it is out on YouTube now. We filmed this 6-year-old kid that was sitting right next to us. He had a Dale Earnhardt jacket on, and he was the life of the party. Like,
I saw Coop was trying to antagonize him, tell him that it was an Austin Dillon jacket. Like, what the Cooper being an asshole.
Yeah. When that kid went home, I said, Cooper, you're a dumbass.
Well, all I know is that little dude was getting after it. He was crazy hype. It was a life of the party. That was a young Dalton Good I saw right there. That's a future Twitter celebrity right there, boys.
Yeah,
Dude,
right?
we loved him. Like, his dad was awesome. He was just with his dad. He had like a bunch of diecast with him, and his tiny Clint Boyer car was autographed by Chase Briscoe, and he was kind of like doing races on the little grandstands, and he was making me watch him, and I just had fun watching him having good times. It was just so cool to see. So check that out if you haven't already. Again, I just want to say thank you all for 1,000 followers on Twitter.
Yeah, you guys already get enough attention, but we'll make sure to put down a link below for you guys.
Thank you, sir.
No problem. And then, guys, again, make sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and make sure to check us out on all podcast platforms. So, guys, let's get into the Bristol Dirt races. So, truck race was actually pretty damn good race.
Yeah,
it actually worked out pretty well for the truck series, guys. We had Joey Logano. He was in the DGR 54 truck, which was kind of weird to see this weekend because, like, you know, DGR, they use that 54 font that Joe Gibbs Racing uses for Ty Gibbs' car. You know, they used to have that alliance, and then they kind of split off, but they still use that 54 font. So it just messed with my head this whole time when Joey Logano was driving that 54.
It gave me cancer, bro, looking at it.
Yeah, it was really weird.
It had a feel like you would expect one of the Bush brothers or to see Ty Gibbs or somebody like that in that car, and to see Joey Logano run around that truck is, like you guys says, made your kind of head spin.
Well, remember, Natalie Decker actually ran in that too.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's when she got spun by the wrecker at the night.
I was there for that.
Oh,
man. But guys, Joey Logano, he did win the pole for this race. And then Ben Rhodes, he looked strong throughout this whole race. He went on to win stage 1. That was his 4th stage win of the season, most for any driver this year. And then he also went on to win stage 2, holding off his teammate Ty Majeski. So absolutely phenomenal start to the season for Ben Rhodes. Doing well so far for himself. Mike, your driver's already looking for another championship this year, buddy.
Yep.
Hey, like I told you guys, I don't remember if it was last week or the week before, he's looked incredibly strong, just didn't have the win to back it up. He was coming into that race, the points leader of guys outside of race wins based on the NASCAR playoff points. Now he's got his race win. Like you said, he's had stage points. He's running consistently in the top 5 like every week. Ben's looking really strong at this point in the season. I'm just hoping he hasn't peaked too early, and I hope there's more of this to come, because if they can stay this consistent, that 99 will be in the championship in a couple months, fellas.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And then we had a little mischief going on lap 95 with Matty D and Austin Wayne Self. Matty D like slid up in front of the 22 truck, and basically they got their bumpers stuck together. I really thought that Austin Wayne Self was like mad at Matty D, and he was just like on his ass trying to wreck him, but they were just stuck. They couldn't get them apart. They had to throw the caution and get them unstuck.
That was the weirdest thing I've ever seen in person. I don't know how that even happened.
Never
and
seen
you know
anything
what?
like that.
2 of Matty D, like we've talked about, went from, you know, one of the most beloved to one of the most disliked people in the sport. And I don't think we have to talk about why Austin Wayne Self is disliked. So to see them 2 stuck together.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
Cool to me, man. All right.
Oh, yeah.
It's like,
I loved
look
it.
at these 2 idiots wrecking each other. All right, let's keep the camera on this for a little while. I want to see how this goes. Let me get some popcorn.
Right?
Everybody like the crowd erupted when they finally got him off, but it was just so funny to see. It was just so funny to see. Like, I think Matty D's like truck died or something, because like he was like off the pace like in the front stretch, and like Austin Wayne just could not get off of him. But it was just one of the weirdest things I've ever saw in person. Just Austin Wayne was eating Matty D's ass like Matty D eats dog food.
Oh my God, Dalton. Oh my God.
I mean, it's true. It's true.
That's kind of funny because Mike, that kind of reminds me of when we were at Indy last year. Remember when they took the turtles away? Remember when they towed them away and the crowd went nuts?
Because it kept just causing unnecessary wrecks
Yeah.
and cautions.
And
And
then
then kind of kept coming up off the track. Yeah.
And then after that happened, even more hell broke loose. So, oh yeah. I can't wait to go back there again this year.
Oh yeah, baby.
All right. So after Matty D and Austin Wayne Self got unstuck, Mr. Ben Rhodes went on to sweep the race, and he pulled off some crazy moves with 5 laps to go, getting past John Hunter Nemechek, Carson Hocevar to get the win at Bristol on dirt. One of the most phenomenal wins I've seen this year. Ben Rhodes drove his nuts off. You can call him Dirt Rhodes now.
Well, you know what's funny about that? He is admittedly not a dirt guy. Like I remember when they were doing the Eldora stuff, he was like saying he felt like a deer on ice and stuff out on the dirt and just sliding around, just super uncomfortable. He looked like Kyle Larson out there in a dirt car. Like he was making moves, sliding past guys, doing slide jobs, undercutting guys, crossovers. He looked like he knew exactly what he was doing. He was comfortable doing it. And if you would have told me he was a 10-year dirt guy that came up through the dirt ranks after watching that performance, you'd have believed him. So pretty incredible transformation to go from baby deer on ice to looking like a vet on the dirt.
That's a thing that's been with Bristol on dirt. You haven't seen like dirt racers win here or do like, amazing, like, truck race last year and Martin Truex. Cup race was Joey Logano. And then we had Ben Rhodes winning the truck race and then Kyle Busch winning the cup. Like none of these guys have like a big dirt background. Like it's crazy to see them dominate like that.
I agree, but to me, that begs this question. If we went to a legit, true blue dirt track, like a Knoxville or something like that, would we see that same thing, or would that be the kind of place where the dirt guys shine?
I feel like really, well, because, they're obviously in a different car than what they're used to running normal dirt with, like, the World of Outlaws with sprint cars or all that. So completely different animals. So I really do think the guys who have been running, heavier cars, like, on pavement their whole lives still kind of have more of an advantage because they're used to that weight.
I think that would be an incredible all-star race once we get the contract over at Dalton's favorite racetrack, Texas Motor Speedway.
Oh my God.
If we could have them go to do like an actual like Saturday night short track like program, a couple heats to decide the main for the all-star race on like a legit dirt track, that would be incredible.
That'd be perfect.
Yeah, to answer your question about, truck drivers, shining at Bristol Dirt compared to like Eldora, Knoxville. Yeah, I just feel like Eldora, Knoxville, and Bristol Dirt are just 2 completely different animals.
Yeah.
And with the way how drivers drive it, I remember I actually met Ben Rhodes before the race on Saturday night. He was at the fan zone answering questions. I got to ask him a question. I asked him from a driver's perspective, what is the difference between Bristol Dirt compared to Knoxville or Eldora? I can't really remember the answer he gave me. He gave me like a long one, but I think it really had to do with the banking pretty much, just because, the Bristol Dirt track is obviously like really high banked.
Yeah.
Especially on dirt. And it, compared to Eldora and Knoxville, it's just all completely flat and you got to do a much better job, getting through those corners. So I feel like that's kind of what makes, these non-dirt experienced drivers, so good at Bristol Dirt, like Logano last year. I guess Tyler Reddick this year, just because of the high banks and, they're still at Tyler Reddick, for example, how he is in the high lane, him able to get around that track so fast, like on the high side. It's just, I just had a feeling like if you were a good high lane racer, you were going to dominate this weekend. And it obviously showed.
I would agree with that. Actually, that makes a lot of sense. So yeah. I would agree with that opinion a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. So would love to see them race. Like, they're already going to Knoxville again, but would definitely love to see them just move this race to like a real dirt track.
Yeah.
Or hear me out real quick. They've already talked about they're going to do a couple of dirt race deals at North Wilkesboro before they start looking at, paving that again. What if they did the all-star race there before the repave as a dirt program?
That would be pretty damn cool.
I wouldn't hate it.
it.
I wouldn't hate it.
That would
no.
be sick.
Because they already approved that they're going to be running some races there. So why not bring, the Cup Series there for an all-star race where they can run at least maybe, like 20, 25 cars.
Think of, go ahead, Don.
Well, I was just going to say, there's no reason to going out all the way to Texas for an all-star. Like Door Bumper Clear said, you're literally sending guys like Cody Ware and BJ McLeod like out there just to not make the show and go straight back home,
Right.
And probably wreck their cars.
It's a waste of time, really.
Exactly. So I understand like why you're not doing an all-star race like very close. I mean, Bristol's not a far drive. North Brooksville is definitely not a far drive at all. So like Mike said, that is not a bad idea at all.
Mm-hmm.
And think of the crossover appeal. You've got your old school NASCAR fans that absolutely love North Wilkesboro and wanted to see us go back there for how long. You have your dirt people that follow the sport because of guys that came up through dirt. You've got your, non-traditional NASCAR fan appeal because we're doing something completely different. We saw a number of spikes when we ran the Coliseum. Obviously, the Bristol Dirt TV ratings were out of this world again.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you'd pop a number like that for them going to North Wilkesboro. So the cross appeal between all the different, parameters and like genres and things that NASCAR trying to put together, it all lines up. So that would be a really cool idea. I hope that's something we see.
Yeah, that would be cool. All right, guys, so let's move on to the Cup Series race. We had Cole Custer looking good in the heat races. He led the field to green, but it didn't last long. He kind of shot back real quick. His teammate Chase Briscoe, though, he looked really fast at the beginning of this race. But they had to throw out the caution really damn quick because all the mud that's on the track, well, yeah, what do you expect? It's going to gather up on the grills. It's going to overheat these cars. So they had to call a caution. What was it, like 5 laps in?
11.
Yeah, 11 laps in. But either way, it was fucking ridiculous. So they got all that cleaned off. And
dude, I'm so glad that wasn't a problem all day because that would have been shades of 2008 Brickyard 400.
Yeah, honestly, like what they need to do is just get like some late models out there, run like 10, 15 laps, get that mud off of there and just have that normal racing surface. Like
that's the thing. They didn't even have those this year. I remember last year
they did.
I remember last year for the truck race, they brought those. Obviously, it didn't work because they got mud covered all over them anyway. They didn't do a good job preparing it. But this year, for some odd reason, they didn't bring it at all, which was really odd to me. All they had was these old cars that you would find at a junkyard.
It looked like they just brought some cars out of the demo derby across the street.
Yeah, it looked like street stocks or like hobby stocks or something like that.
Yeah, so I don't understand why they didn't bring those late models here, which was really odd. And of course, Kevin Harvick really had something to say about that, which I'm sure we'll get to later.
Oh yeah, he was pissed too because he had mud all over his grill and he was running like shit because of it. His two teammates come in and pit, and then they tell him that he's the lucky dog, but he's actually not the lucky dog, and everything was all confused with him.
He got screwed, and just like Kyle Busch did last year. Kyle Busch, when he took the lead on lap 3 in last year's race, mud immediately covered his grill.
Yeah.
I'm sure the rain had a lot to do with that. It actually did rain a little bit, just a little bit before the race started. Not like a downpour, but still, I understand what the problem is. I don't know if it's because it's because the dirtles down below near the track or down low. I don't know.
The track prep was still awful this year.
Yeah, they're still not doing a good job at. No. I don't know what they're doing wrong, but they really need to get some real dirt track operators and ask, what can we do to make sure this doesn't happen moving forward? Because Stewart Haas Racing really got screwed early.
Yeah.
And you know what's the funny thing about that? Who owns Stewart Haas?
Fair point.
A dirt racer.
Fair fucking point.
A dirt racer who NASCAR just left his track without even telling him. So
I was going to say,
he's laughing now.
Yeah.
A dirt racer who owns a dirt track.
Yeah. A real dirt
we
track.
should have conferred with him. He might have told them straight where to go if you catch my drift, if they would have asked him based on the way they just kind of pulled out of Eldora. But you have smart people that do this at your disposal to ask.
I don't know. Care.
No,
I don't know if it's that they don't care. It's it's such a new thing that every year it's like kind of starting over, especially with the new cars and stuff. They're going to get some stuff wrong, but like, you've got really smart people at your disposal to not have the track ready almost is like, what are we really doing?
Yeah, exactly. It's just ridiculous. So this race was just a disaster from the start, and we had a few rain delays throughout this race, which, you know, like you've been saying for years, Dalton, it's Bristol in the springtime. It's always going to rain. That part of Tennessee is always rainy during the spring. But like what I've been saying for years as well is just move that race to like June.
Exactly.
Hot slick racing on the concrete is going to make for some good racing.
That's what I've been saying for this entire time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I still don't like sacrificing the concrete Bristol date, but if they're going to keep Bristol Dirt, whatever, I'll live with it. I mean, I already experienced it. I mean, I'll talk more about it later on, but if you're going to keep it, fine, but you've got to move it to May or June. Yeah. I'm telling you, if you would do that, attendance would be fixed. You'd have a better chance at avoiding bad weather. March and April at East Tennessee just does not work. And this is not the first time they've tried mid-April. I remember 2014, the last time they ran in March. I froze my balls off, and it actually snowed a little bit too. And after that, they said, okay, we're done running in March.
Is that when Kurt Busch did the Snow Angels?
No, that was 2006.
That was 2006, right?
It didn't snow that much. It was kind of like sleeting. But yeah, in 2015, the very next year, they moved it to mid-April. And guess what? Rained out the very next year. Mm-hmm. We finally got a break in 2016, and it was beautiful and hot. But after 2016 and like 2017 through 2019, rain every single year. So that didn't help.
Attendance was just bad for the spring race. And
for some odd reason, we went back to March. That was my problem from the very beginning. They announced it. I'm like, you try to avoid the March weather, and you go right back to it.
Yeah.
What are y'all doing?
I mean, just look at the night race in the fall. Look at the attendance. It's always a big crowd for that race. It's always some of the best racing. I mean, look at last year's race was phenomenal. Even 2 years ago, the 2020 race was amazing. I mean, just have it, you know, in the heat for hot, slick racing, and it's going to put on a good show for short track racing. We have seen with Martinsville, with Richmond, with even Bristol, like short tracks like in the cold weather, it doesn't really work out that well.
No. And I have people that can confirm this, you know, East Tennessee fans, the Bristol fans don't want to go to the spring race every year because the weather sucks. It's not the racing. Like the racing at Bristol is still good, just like the night race, but it's just, we have rain that always ruins it. And I have buddies who live in West Virginia. One of them actually is a security guard for West Virginia's football coach, or he was. I don't know if he still does. And he used to be a detective too, but him and his friends would always camp with my mom and my aunt every year for the night race. And they would only come to the night race because the weather sucks in March. They don't want to go. Right. So that's just what you have to do. I mean, if you want to fix the attendance, that's literally all you got to do. I don't understand like why you have to go backwards, put dirt on it, thinking it's going to be better. I just want to figure out who. I'm pretty sure it's TV, but I want to know like who's scheduling these dates and just ask them why. Like, what are you trying to do here? I mean, I get the ratings were good, and that's awesome. I'll give credit where credit's due, but attendance could be better. And if you want attendance to be fixed, you got to get it out of March and April.
Yeah. Well, listen, I'm sure there's a lot that goes into the schedule, a lot more than any of us realize as far as coordinating with the networks, especially when you have a split between NBC and Fox. I'm sure that doesn't make it very easy either to get, you know, the whole schedule put together. But you would think the weather with something like this would be something that'd be a major concern when you're making the schedule. You know, this is something that when it, like we've said, when it's cold and, you know, you don't get that hot, slick track, A, you have to worry about rain. B, you have to worry about the quality of the racing. C, you have to worry about the attendance. You would think those are major components when putting the schedule in. Again, you don't know what is all putting into schedule together, but those would be three things I'd be pretty worried about if I was putting together a race schedule year in and year out.
Yeah, I mean, look what they did to Coda. I mean, in Texas, it rains like hell in the month of May there every year, and they moved it back to March and for much better weather. And there you go. We had a rain-free Coda race.
Yeah, it's
that easy. Yeah, it's that easy. I don't understand, but again, that's my only problem with it. I'll talk about more about if my mind has changed or not later on. But yeah, just Please, for the love of God, move it.
Yeah. So after that caution with them getting the mud off of the grills, Kyle Larson went on to win stage 1, the dirt track racer himself. And then we had a little bit of trouble for my two guys, Kevin Harvick, Noah Gregson. Harvick was just completely blinded, had no idea where he was going, got into some other guys, and Noah Gregson, at least half of his car was on top of Harvick's at one point, and both of their cars were just not able to compete anymore. So
Noah Gregson and Kevin Harvick are wreck magnets.
When they're on
the racetrack together, one wrecks, the other has to find a way to be in the wreck. It's incredible.
Daytona 500, they wrecked together. Luckily, Atlanta, it was just Noah.
Two separate, yeah.
Yeah, but oh man, Dalton, I think you have so far been to every Noah Gregson Cup Series race.
That is true.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You've been to the Daytona 500, you've been to Atlanta, and you have been to Bristol. So I think you're the problem. You're the reason why he keeps fucking wrecking.
Well, you're fucked this weekend.
I'll say I got bad news for you, buddy. Streak's gonna continue.
You're so fucked. I'm sorry.
I'm just gonna eat like 50 Frosties for good luck.
Hey, I'll take some.
You gotta make a sacrifice to the Twitter celebrity god. You gotta bring him like 6 rowdies. You gotta bring him a Pizza Hut pizza, a rowdy Kyle Busch flag. Leave it right outside his tent when we wake up Sunday morning.
Right.
And maybe Celebrity Claus will grant you a good race.
Like Santa coming to fucking Christmas.
I just want Noah to finish a damn race. That's
so do I, bro. So,
Yeah.
especially that Whitney's car. If he wrecks that Whitney's car, that's no.
Dude, can you imagine if he fucking wins? Holy
I don't
shit.
even like Wendy's, but that's just a sick scheme.
Wendy's is better than fucking like McDonald's and Burger King, though.
I only like their fries. Their fries and their Frosties, and that's it.
Yeah.
Don't you shit on Bubba's sponsor. I'll fight you on site. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I don't know, man. Have you had them Wendy's spicy nugs? They're good.
I don't know if I'd like it. I don't even like their regular nuggets.
Bastard.
Wendy's is like the Whole Foods of fast food. I just can't do it, man.
Yeah.
What? Oh, it's so good, man. Their burgers
It's like that South Park episode where they try the Impossible Whopper and he says, tastes like shit.
Yeah.
Well,
it's
listen,
really good.
Let's address the elephant in the room. Us Northerners are finally coming back down south this weekend. I am jonesing for some goddamn Bojangles.
Me too, dude.
Bruh.
When I went down to Atlanta,
Talladega.
I didn't have any.
They don't have a Bojangles in Talladega.
They don't have to have it in Talladega. If they have it in Alabama, I will be a happy man.
As long as it's on the way.
Well, I must warn you, Talladega's in the middle of like absolute nowhere. So good luck.
Isn't like 30, 40 minutes outside Birmingham?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like in the middle of a damn forest.
I don't care. I'm gonna get me some Bojangles.
All right.
We're gonna be in redneck heaven, boys.
If not, I could just bring you stuff from Murfreesboro or something.
My man.
All right, guys. So then moving on. Also, Alex Bowman, Corey LaJoie were also involved in that wreck. A hack, one of them. So yeah, who cares? And then another rain delay. Cars were slowed down, and we actually saw Christopher Belli kind of slid down the track from it being too slick.
Right in front of me. Right in front of me.
Yeah, hit Daniel Suarez. So that sucked for the 99. Just damage for just something really stupid.
I remember that was almost controversial. That rain delay was.
Oh yeah.
I thought for sure Kyle was in the lead when when the top 5 pitted. And I thought, dude, it's about to become a downpour. We're about to win this race. And I got excited. And everybody was telling me, should we tell him that Chase Briscoe's still a leader? I'm like, what do you mean he pitted?
Yeah. That was such a weird rule because, we never really do the controlled cautions anymore.
Right.
Or we don't really do them. So it's just kind of weird for us to get used to. But yeah, that was kind of weird. Chase Briscoe's the leader until we go green. But if we don't go green, then he is the leader. So I get it. I completely understand it because of
it's not until you go green. It's like after the pit cycle. Like they stop people on the backstretch if you stay out. Apparently the rule is you have to pit at least once the whole race.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It don't matter when it is. Like, you just have to pit one time. Because I
Right.
guess tires didn't matter. And then once they wave the caution back out, then you come back around. And they had to do that when it rained. Like, they circled everybody around and parked them back in the back straightaway pit area for waiting for the rain to stop. And I had no idea what was going on. I'm like, dude, if this race gets canceled, yeah. But luckily, we were able to come back race. I'm like, well, I wanted Kyle to win. I was hoping he would, because Ben finally made a good call. Yeah, Ben finally made a good call by staying out, and I was so happy. But then apparently we weren't the leader, so I was about to leave there extremely pissed off. And Kyle Busch was even waiting at the NASCAR hauler, waiting for them to call the race. I don't know if you guys saw that, but he literally stood. No, he dead ass stood right next to the NASCAR hauler. And if they would have called it over, he would have went straight to the damn door and shoot some ass out. I swear to God.
Here's my problem with the whole thing. The rule isn't hard to understand. What it is pretty cut and dry. It's, the scoring reverts back to the last green flag lap if we don't go back green, because it's a controlled caution. That kind of explains everything. However, I don't feel like hardly anybody knew or could explain it well, because they're talking on the broadcast about, Kyle Busch maybe having the pit stop, or staying out to, potentially win the race. And, they're kind of saying stuff like that on the broadcast. They're saying stuff like that over the radio. Apparently, I've heard from a couple different places. When you have the people in charge that don't understand the rule, it's going to make it really hard for the fans at home to follow. It's going to make it really hard for the spotters, the crew chiefs to tell their drivers what to do, or for the drivers to have any idea what's going on.
Yeah.
So if that's the rule, that needs to be made, and that's fine. It's really not that hard to understand of a rule, but it needs to be made abundantly clear to everybody that this is what's going to happen. Because
it's just a bad look.
Let me ask you this: Did we stop drivers' meetings? I feel like we did.
They replaced it with something else. I know,
I think a Zoom meeting or some kind of like a memo or something.
Yeah. It's like, they get like some email or something.
Oh no, it's like that video. It's like that video they show every drivers meeting.
Oh yeah, like the video that they show for like the double yellow line and shit.
It's literally the same thing every week. I'm dead ass positive, 100%. They did not put that in that video. I don't think they did. Well, I mean, and I guess they didn't know if rain was going to come. I can understand that, but
yes, they did.
You think? Well, I mean, like before the race, And I will be fair. The forecast was actually looking good the whole week until like early Monday morning, like 2 a.m. Like it was going to be fine, and then the very last minute it changed to 8 p.m. rain. I thought it was going to be over like at the end of stage 2, but luckily it wasn't that hard enough to stop the whole thing, and we were able to go back racing. So we avoided a disaster there. So thank God.
This isn't the first time NASCAR's kind of flubbed one of these. Do you remember? I think the Justin Haley win, that rained out Daytona summer win.
Yeah.
You remember they kind of hosed Kurt Busch out of that win. They told him they were in fact going back green. So of course he pit because he had to, and then they didn't go back green, and it handed the win to somebody that well, we'll let Nick finish that story next time he's on the podcast. But again, it echoes the same sentiment here, where you've got race teams making strategic decisions based on rules and based on scenarios that don't happen based on everything not being explained well. You don't think had more teams have thought that, if that's the way it was, then do you think a boatload of people would have stayed out?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just bad because I didn't even know that rule until it happened.
I didn't either.
They started talking about it. So because they never explained it to us. Usually when there's like a new kind of rule for a race like that, they'll have Larry Mack, do that whole in-depth explanation that these are the set rules. If this happens and this happens, all these different scenarios of what would happen. No, nothing like that. NASCAR didn't even tell us the set rules. I feel like Bob Pockers didn't even tell us the set rules until that rule actually came up during that red flag. So it was just all really confusing until they were actually like, oh, this is the rule. And we're like, oh, okay, well, thanks for telling us now.
Yeah.
And old DH hit the nail on the head when Denny fired up his Twitter machine and, shout out his common W on Twitter. Over a minute explanation from NASCAR officials, which still wasn't very clear and concise as to what's what. So if it takes a rules official that long to explain a rule, not only is it obviously going to be somewhat confusing for people who are industry experts and are in the sport to understand, what's your casual, common, like new fan gonna like? How are they supposed to understand that?
Right. I mean, they're as confused already. So yeah. That'd be even worse.
Yeah. It just made this clown show of a race into more controversy and just bullshit.
Yeah.
For real. I mean, this race was just, it was just embarrassing for NASCAR, honestly. I mean, good ending. Like, last, 20 laps were good because I feel like all the shit got washed away. And that was it. That was the only good part, was the final 20 laps, I would say, was with the battle with Briscoe and Tyler Reddick, and then Briscoe pulling the slide job. And then Kyle Busch stealing a win.
A la Ryan Blaney at the first Roval race, just kind of limping his way back around. Oh, look what I found.
Yeah, Mike, I'm surprised you didn't bust out like the squirrel got his nut to Connor.
Oh, you should have missed opportunity.
Yeah, that's all right. Let Bubba get a win here this weekend, and then I'll lay into him a little more with that. But no,
I already know what you're
I will
do.
say. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
We'll keep that in the group chat there, pal.
Yes.
No, but luckily, we're doing all that, kind of talking and everything and bitching about the rules and everything. And luckily it didn't matter at all, because we were treated to phenomenal last, 25, 30, 40 laps, whatever it was. The shootout was absolutely incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Two of the young up and comers in our sport absolutely just grinding away. One guy going for his first win ever, one guy going for his second win this year. And then getting a little too hot up in that turn, and slide jobbing a little too much.
Dude,
and,
he sent it into
out.
that turn.
So,
yeah. He was like, no regrets, man.
So here's my take on that situation. After the race, they interviewed Tyler Reddick, and he's very, understanding. He's like, hey man, that's racing. Chase Briscoe comes over with a big old grin on us, like, oh, hey man, sorry, I was out of control. He tells you you're out of control there. And then they shake and it's like, okay, hey man, until next time. All right, listen, I get it. Like, kudos to Tyler Reddick for being, very classy, and we'll say classy in defeat, even though I don't think it's necessarily a defeat. I would have liked to seen a little fire there, because here's my problem with that. I watched that replay like 1,000 times. I remember thinking this live too. That move Chase Briscoe pulled off had zero chance of winning. It was either I'm wrecking or we're wrecking. Then neither of us are going to win the race. So basically just took a win away from a guy just so, on like a crazy, like video game-esque move. If you go back and watch that, his right rear makes contact, and not because he's sliding, like drifting like a dirt turn, how they turn, like, steering with the rear of the car. Like he is just sent it so hard, like he's in a spiral. And that's the part that makes contact with Tyler Reddick that are costing the guy his first ever Cup win. It's, again, I understand, going forward on the last lap, but I also think Tyler Reddick should have been a little bit more pissed off than he was. I'm not mad at the guy for not being mad, but, I would have been a lot hotter in a situation like that. Dude cost me my first win over some move that's got like a, 1/2 of 1% chance of ever working.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, maybe Tyler just got out, took some 3-sheet gummies, and he was all mellow after that. So,
hey, and we're filming on 420, baby.
Happy holidays.
So I guess we pretty much segued into the finish, didn't we? I guess
we did.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I knew it was coming. I knew if Chase Briscoe got close enough, he was going to do that. And that was my only hope as a Kyle Busch fan, was for both of them to wreck each other. I remember one of my Kyle Busch fans on Twitter tweeted, please wreck each other. Please wreck each other. I'm like, that's the only chance we got to win. And then thank you, Chase Briscoe, for I mean, I don't care whose fault it was. Just thank you, Chase Briscoe. I even told him that when I met him after the race was over.
You're such an asshole.
I probably should have said. I thought I was being nice, but whoops. But yeah, I'm kind of surprised Tyler Reddick didn't fight him, because I mean that was going to be his first career win, and like if if I was in Tyler Reddick's shoes and he took away like my first career win, I probably would have punched him in the face too. To be fair,
I was actually gonna say like Tyler Reddick's not that kind of guy, but I almost forgot about his fight with Cole Custer a few years ago in the Xfinity Series.
no, he could get feisty, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He is exactly that kind of guy.
Yeah,
and Briscoe has a history of this stuff too. Speaking of the Roval, ring any bells?
Indy. Yeah.
Or Indy, not the Roval. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The Indy Road Course. That ring any bells?
Yeah, when he got black flag for cutting the course and then he
still wrecked Eddie Hamlin.
He took out the leader. That was I'm
So-
sorry because like I don't care for Briscoe or Hamlin. I just thought the whole thing was fucking hilarious when that happened. I was laughing. Nick's
That's,
got Hamlin, so I was like, sweet. He doesn't get the money.
No money win for you.
Yeah,
I think I won the money that day because Blaney finished second in that race.
yeah, you did.
So, hey, I definitely wasn't mad at it. But that's my thing. Like Tyler Reddick definitely has a little bit of that little hardo in him, and he can get a little fire when he needs to. And I'm not expecting to go out there and full on fist fight each other or anything like that. But if it's me, like I want to see a little fire out of my driver when something like that happens to him. It's just almost a little too nice in a situation like that, in my opinion, at least.
Yeah, Reddick knew he knew that was just like good hard racing. Briscoe was doing whatever he could to get the win. Reddick did whatever he could. So it was just nice to see that they both shook each other's hands at the end of it. Got a lot of respect for both those guys, how they handled it there at the end.
And Briscoe did say, like, if he punched me in the face, I kind of deserve it. So he kind of admitted
it.
Yeah. But I was gonna say, if Tyler Reddick can attack the president of the United States on Twitter, he can fight. He can fight Chase Briscoe. But
that's why T-Reg will always be a real one with me. So I always got your back. If I happen to have been at Bristol Dirt Race and it went down, I got you, dog. I got you.
But one thing I want to say about this, poor Cody Powers, man. So Cody is actually, not only is he a Chase Elliott fan, but he's also a Tyler Reddick fan. He loves Tyler Reddick. And I think it was with 20 to go, he tells me, like, I was kind of talking shit because Kyle was battling with Tyler Reddick for the final laps. I knew Kyle did not have the car Tyler Reddick had, but Cody told me, like, during a caution, he said, listen, I have never, ever in my life seen any of my favorite drivers, like, win in person. I'm like, okay, you know what? I hope Reddick wins for you. I hope Reddick wins for you. I don't care. Just if he wins and you're happy, I'll take it. Unfortunately, it didn't go that way, and it worked in my favor. And I was out there just partying like a wild animal. And Cody was just sitting there like,
yeah, I saw the video. You were out being a jackass.
Not one time. Yeah.
Yeah, you were out being a jackass, and Cody was just like devastated, just cloud, rain cloud over his head and all.
No, to be fair, I was not talking shit to him. I didn't say like, "Hey, fuck you" or anything like that.
You didn't do what you did to Nick.
Dalton,
no, I swear to God,
Nick,
I swear to God,
I did. D-Generation X crotch chop in Atlanta.
I know.
Don't sit here. You are the king of putting salt in the wound after a race that.
No, I swear to God, I did not say anything to Cody. I was just celebrating, and he turns around and goes, "Are you kidding me?" But Cody was so humble he was so humble that whole night. When Dylan broke a transmission or whatever, Cooper was all pissed off, and Cody went over there and like comforted him and stuff like that. And then after that, he came and hugged me after Kyle won, and I told him, "Dude, I'm sorry it happened to you." And you can hear in the video that I told him, "Hey, I'm sorry it ended like that." But
yeah.
Dalton, I do have to ask a question though.
Okay.
How is your hand after beating the ever-loving piss out of that rail?
Holy shit. No, that's just not the rail. It was the seat. It was everything, man. Holy shit.
Everybody keeps asking me if it's broken. And I'm here to tell you it's not broken. However, a day or two after it, when I would close it, it actually stings.
I bet.
But no, I promise it's not broken. Actually, I pulled my hamstring that night, actually. I swear to God. I swear, I was like jumping. I was trying not to slip on the slippery dirt, like the wet dirt that was in the grandstands. My hamstring. I swear to God, I pulled my hamstring. My leg actually hurt more than anything. I was limping. And
Dalton got hurt celebrating a win.
And the funny part about it was Cooper was sitting there yelling, "My leg, My leg.
Oh
No,
man.
my hand's not broken, but my hammy is.
Yeah.
Listen, I said it on Twitter. I will say it again. You, my friend, are a national treasure.
Damn straight. And then one takeaway from this race. How about this new Cody Ware versus Chase Elliott rivalry that we got going on here, boys?
Dude, good for Cody Ware, honestly. Like,
dude, Chase Elliott just plows down the 51 into the turn, and then Cody Ware, he's pissed off. You got a big time cup driver taking you down for no reason.
I can't get behind
Show
this
some love.
I can't get behind this crew chief saying that, you're better than 9. You got more than him. I'm like, no, the fuck you don't.
Yeah.
But listen, here's my problem with the whole thing. At no point, again, I'll be the first to say, yeah, Chase, what the fuck are you doing? Plowing him in the first one. But listen, he's just helping the inevitable. That car was gonna go around and end up going through the wall at some point anyway. So we can do it on lap 38, or we can wait 50 laps. You tell me what you want to do, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's just funny. Chase likes making lots of friends over at Bristol.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, but good for old Cody Ware standing up for himself, though. Yeah, that's the last thing I thought would happen, to be honest, is a Rick Ware car going after a Hendrick car, because usually we just see Rick Ware cars go after each other.
Well, listen,
he's got
it's
some
the
balls,
perfect, and it's the perfect place for it to happen, because the only time a Hendrick car is going to be around a Rick Ware car is when you're on a track where somebody's getting lapped, or somebody gets a penalty or goes to the back of the field on a pit stop and they're around each other. Because other than that, he ain't seeing you, dude.
No. Sorry about you, bud, but that 51, it's hard for you to even finish on the lead lap, bud.
Yes.
Yeah, but regardless of how bad this race was, that last 15 laps or so was pretty entertaining with old Tyler Reddick and Chase Briscoe. So Kyle Busch, congrats on another goddamn fucking Bristol win, you son of a bitch.
That's thanks, pal.
Fucker. I'm gonna fucking punch you in the fucking stomach when I see you.
No, I was okay.
That's $18 for Ian in the swear jar in those last 2 sentences, by the
way. Yeah, that's okay.
Well, I was not looking forward to going to Bristol Dirt. I was just ready for Talladega, but I said, screw it, I'll go anyway. But if Kyle wins at Bristol,
you had fun.
Yeah, I did have fun. And if Kyle wins at Bristol on whatever service it is, I'll take it. So Kyle Busch, 60th career win, ties Richard Petty for 18 straight seasons of winning and 9 career Bristol wins. And now he's 3 away from tying Darrell Waltrip for the most of all time at Bristol. So we're getting close, baby. We're getting close.
Again, weird parallel to the Indy Roval. Same thing. I was like, you know what? I don't know if I want to go. Ian and Patrick kind of like, oh, come on, man. Went with you guys. I'm like, yeah, whatever. It's going to be weird. Road course racing and track like this, not really going to be my thing. Had a time I loved it.
It was fucking awesome.
Yes.
It's incredible.
Yep.
But sometimes, real quick, Dalton, sometimes
those
are the best races to go to, the ones where you have either expectations for it to be bad or low expectations. Again, the Brickyard, the last year we went on the Roval, the last year with fans, didn't really know what to expect. Everything we heard was the track doesn't have great sight lines, this, that, whatever. Time of our lives again. So
Yep, absolutely.
And like I said, being there with my Lantern Colt boys just made that trip fun. We were all just having a good time. All of our drivers are doing great. We were all focused, just screwing around, talking shit to each other. It was that just made the trip so much fun. And then Kyle Busch winning just made it even better for me. And even better, I got to go sign. I stopped where the drivers exit, coming out of turn 3, where the fence are, and that's how I met Kyle. I waited for him to come out after his media interviews and stuff like that, and that's when I got him to sign the flag. Bristol Motor Speedway took a video of me. Kyle signed the flag for me, which is right here. Then I'm officially retiring. NBC also gave me a shout out too. Mentioned I was a Daytona 500 meme and to meeting the winner of a race, which was awesome.
GFD himself, baby.
Someone on Twitter called me DGFDG. I'll let you.
GFD Dalton Good. Yep.
I like it.
Dalton GFD Good.
I love it.
So,
So, Dalton, are any of your LTC boys going to be a Dega too, or no?
Jacob and Cooper are talking about going, but Cody is definitely not for sure.
Oh,
All
come on,
right,
Cody.
solid.
Yeah, well, Cody's
Wouldn't
got
mind.
school. Cody's a poor college student. That's his excuse for not going.
I never met Jacob, but it'll be cool to see Coop again.
Yeah. Jacob
I
will
love
be there.
Coop.
Yeah. Cooper's a wild man. He's just like Dakota almost.
Oh yeah.
But I think one last thing I want to say was for my first ever Bristol Dirt race. Obviously, I did not attend this race last year. I mean, I tried, but it rained out. I said I didn't want to go anyway, so screw it. So this was my first ever Bristol Dirt race, and I got to say, like I said, I'm still Team Concrete. I'd rather have both Concrete Bristol dates. But guys, I want to say for being there in person, it was actually pretty badass to see. Like whether you like Bristol Dirt or not, it's actually not a bad race to go see in person. You know, kind of like Mike's Indy road course point of view. I mean, that was technically my first ever dirt race. I'd never been to a dirt race anywhere for any series before. So it was pretty cool to see. It was weird to see Bristol just covered in dirt, but it was also cool to see just those cars, getting sideways across the corner, just diving down to the bottom, right in the high lane. It was,
that must have been cool and different. Yeah.
Yeah. Like being there in person actually made it better. I guess that's the point I guess that's why I probably shouldn't track bash anymore. I mean, you got to go there to watch a race in person to give your opinion. I mean, I hated it on TV last year, but being there actually, I'm like, okay, this is actually good racing. Even though I'm still Team Concrete, going to a Bristol Dirt race is actually a must try, at least while they have it. I don't know. I don't know how long it's going to be until they keep it, or it might get taken away soon. I don't know. But honestly, no matter how you feel about it, I would definitely try it out. I did think the racing was much better this year than it was last year. I think the banking change it did helped a lot with that. What does dusty? We did have rain to help with that. It flooded early Saturday morning. That's why the truck race was pretty good. And the moisture on Saturday helped with the racing as well. So it wasn't as dusty. If you ever want to go, I would definitely prefer goggles and neck gaiter. If you don't want to have allergies or dirt in your eyes all the night long. But yeah, I thought it was a fun weekend. Much better than last year. It was an upgrade. It's coming back next year. I wish it was Concrete, but still, I mean, I could live with it. I just want them to move it to May, and that's all I need. If they would just move it to May or June, I'll be fine with Bristol Dirt for the future. That's just all I'm asking for right now. I think they want to go back to Easter, which I still don't like, because Easter can be in March sometimes, and March is even worse than April in East Tennessee. So I really don't want to do that. I'd rather go to National Super Speedway for Easter weekend like Trucks and Xfinity used to do. I think that'd be a lot better. And plus, even if it did rain, you'd have a better shot at getting it all in instead of having to wait 6 hours for them to pack the track with dirt all over it. So yeah, again, just move it to a later day and I'll get behind Bristol Dirt. But overall, A+ weekend, or maybe A-, B+ for me.
All right. Cool.
Solid.
Cool.
Yep.
I'm never going to argue with the don't knock it till you check it out in person argument, because we use that very heavily for the Brickyard, and I could see how that could apply. So honestly,
Kentucky, everybody hated Kentucky, but honestly, I went there in 2019 with the Kurt Busch and Kyle Busch finish, and it was actually not bad. My seats were good. The race was actually better than it was on TV, and the fans there were very nice as well. So yeah, I actually miss Kentucky. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, Kentucky, that was a hit or miss for me.
Yeah.
But from going to Bristol once, I went there in 2019 for the night race. It was just so cool with the concrete and just some badass racing. When I first saw they put dirt on it, they were going to do this whole thing. I was just like, why? The racing is just so great.
Yeah.
And I can see why they want to do it for attendance. I mean, yeah, it worked out. They boosted attendance up, but there was still a bunch of holes in the crowd. TV viewership went up though, so I mean that's a plus. They got what they wanted, but this
attendance can be better.
Yeah, this isn't the Bristol that we know and love.
Right.
If you want to do a genuine dirt race, go to a real dirt track. There's hundreds of them throughout the entire country where you could fit 40 cup cars on.
Right.
So why not do that? But hey, either way, they tried it, it worked out, so they're gonna do it again next. I mean, nothing that we can do about it, so whatever.
No, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I mean, they're keeping it. I mean, with the finish you had and the ratings, you kind of expect it. So again,
I'm still against it. I'm still against it.
My bitching and moaning ain't gonna fix it anyway. I mean, it was better than last year. Like the race itself was better than last year.
Yeah, it wasn't a dust bowl like last year.
Yeah, I'd still rather have 2 concrete dates, but I'll live with it if they just move it to a later date. That's all I'm wanting, and I won't hate it anymore. That's just me.
Well, to me, Dalton just hit on the most important point of all of it is they've had it twice and it's gotten better since the first one. So they can keep getting a little better at it every year. Let's see what this thing looks like in 3-4 years. It's not going anywhere. So let's just hope they fix it. So, 3-4 years of it improving, them getting it right, them talking actual dirt guys. Maybe we do get a really good race here in 2, 3, 4 years.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, guys, we'll take a short break. When we come back, we're going to be making our predictions for Talladega. Trucks are off this weekend, so we got the Xfinity Series and the Cup Series, so stay tuned. All right, everybody, welcome back to the Stock Car Spectacle. We're going to be making our predictions for Talladega this upcoming weekend. We're going to be there. Look at Dalton sporting this shit. You are looking so beautiful right now, my man.
Where'd my Bristol Dirt gear go? Is it over?
Dude, you're fast like Ricky Bobby.
I say man's making wardrobe changes like it's a Super Bowl halftime show over here.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the Bristol Dirt celebration's over. Time to move on to Dega for, I guess. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention: this hat still has dirt all over it.
There you go.
Let me ask the viewers.
Keep it dirty.
Let me ask the viewers: should I wash this or clean this? Or no, keep the dirt on it or wash it. What do you want me to do?
You got to keep the dirt on it.
Should I wash this or clean it? Damn, oh, that's a tough one. That's a doozy.
I didn't mean to ask it like that. Whoops. But yeah, happy Talladega week, boys.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Well, the weekend we've been waiting for a long time.
Yep.
Cannot wait.
Finally here. So excited. But guys, like I said before the break, we got the Xfinity and Cup Series this weekend and ARCA, but we don't really count that as real racing.
Nah.
So
are we gonna watch it though? Are we gonna watch it though? Honestly,
I don't
know if we technically have tickets to it.
Well,
but I mean, we could probably get
double header, so you could stay.
$4.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because it's the double header. Because when they had the double header in Atlanta, we were able to use one ticket for truck and Xfinity.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I thought it was Friday night for some reason, but no, that's awesome. Perfect.
We don't have to if we don't want to, honestly. Like, I don't care for ARCA.
It's whatever for me. If we don't make it, then I'm not too hurt.
Yeah. We'll see what the weekend brings.
Yep. But guys, we start off with the Xfinity Series. We got the AG Pro 300 mile race. Stages 1 and 2 are 25 laps each, and the final is 83 for a total of 113 laps. Last year's winners, we had Jeb Burton winning in the spring, and we had Brandon Brown winning in the fall. Most manufacturer wins at this track for Xfinity is Chevrolet with 20 wins, and most team wins is Joe Gibbs Racing with 5. So guys, who's your pick to win at Dega in the Xfinity Series? Dalton, we'll start off with you, bud.
All right, boys. This is going to be a little bit wild. I mean, this whole weekend's going to be wild, so might as well go for a wild pick, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So there's this one team in the Xfinity Series that just dominates the hell out of these super speedways every single year. So I want to stay in that camp. I'm going to do Call League. I'm not going to steal Mike's pick. So here's what I'll do. Last year we had a strange winner in Brandon Brown. But this year it's going to be Let's Go Landon for Landon Castle.
Fuck.
Let's go, Landon.
Buddy just busted out. Let's go, Landon.
It's
Dalton's a trendsetter. I love that.
is that even better? I mean, that's an upgrade, right?
I like it.
Okay. Let's go, Landon.
it.
I'm thinking Landon Castle.
That's great. That's probably the best moment of the year on this show, to be honest.
Dalton, I love you. Oh my God, that was great.
Just wait till Friday when I get up. The party don't start till I walk in.
There we go.
Okay, Kesha. People I did never expect to get quoted on the Stock Car Spectacle is Kesha's at the top of that list.
Dalton's gonna show up with glitter all over him. He's gonna be fucking wasted.
Oh, just wait till you see my motherfucking car, boys. You don't know what. Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, I've seen your sponsorship on wheels.
That's not even all of it. That's not all of it. You haven't seen nothing yet.
Oh no.
Man, I'm scared.
Mom, come pick me up. I'm scared.
All right, Mikey G, who you got to win Xfinity on Saturday, bud?
All right, fellas. So Dalton hit the nail on the head on this one. Maybe not so much with the Let's Go Landon part. We'll let the fans decide that one.
Yeah,
but,
one up that. Yeah,
listen, I ain't even gonna try to. But his head's in the right place on that too. We know Colleague comes in the Xfinity Series is the gold standard for when it comes to super speedway racing, and that's exactly what we're gonna get this weekend at Talladega Super Speedway. I'm gonna stay in Colleague, but I'm gonna go with Nick's boy Daniel Hemrick to park that bad boy in victory lane on Saturday.
Hemdo,
Only to see a hammered ass Nick Kinsel at the Boulevard on Saturday night.
Oh
please.
man.
Oh geez.
That would be one of the best things I would see all weekend.
I wanted one in Atlanta, but
I think Talladega would be sweeter, but
yeah, you wanted to see that, and then all you do is just piss him off. I give him the crotch chop and talk shit the whole time.
Oh shit. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to stick in the same camp, the Chevy camp. They got 20 wins at Talladega in the Xfinity Series. And I'm going with a part-timer too. I'm going with Jeffrey Earnhardt, who is getting in that number 3 Xfinity Series car. Number 3, probably the most famous number that went around Talladega Super Speedway in the Cup Series with Dale Earnhardt freaking dominating there with 10 wins. So let's see if his grandson can get the win in the Fame 3 car with Larry McReynolds on the pit box as well. So I think that'd be crazy. I think Earnhardt Nation would go crazy. Everyone at Talladega would go crazy to see an Earnhardt go to victory lane in a 3 car. It'll probably be one of the best things that we've seen since Dale won. What was that, 2011 in the Nationwide Series at Daytona?
2010.
Can you imagine how special a moment that would be?
Oh my God.
For the community as a whole.
Yeah.
That would be one
phenomenal.
People remember for a long, long time. And that could be one of them things that, skyrockets Jeffrey to bigger and better rides and bigger and better situations.
Yeah. Who knows? This could open up bigger and better things for him.
Who had Larry McReynolds coming back to be a crew chief on their 2022 bingo card this year?
I mean, last time, I think they said 2003 was the last time that he was on top of a pit box. So.
Wait. Hold on. I agree with you guys, but we've had a Let's Go Landon and a Kesha reference in this show. That's not even the top 2 things that's crazy on this show. Are you kidding me?
Right.
only when I'm on.
Yeah, right.
Dalton brings the chaos.
I'm definitely going through the sun. Oh shit.
Oh,
yes. Oh yeah.
Bristol was just a warm up.
But let's get into Sunday. Let's get into the Cup race, boys. We got the Geico 500-mile race. Stages 1 and 2 are 60 laps each, and the final is 68 for a total of 188 laps. Last year's winners, we had Brad Keselowski winning in the spring, and we had old Bubba Wallace getting his first Cup Series win in the fall. So, guys, most manufacturer wins at Talladega Super Speedway is Chevrolet with a whopping 41 wins at this track. And then the most team wins is Hendrick Motorsports with 13 wins. So, guys, if you want a good pick, I would stick with Chevrolet and HMS. But, Mikey G, You're shaking your head. Who you got to win on Sunday?
What we've learned at these super speedway races is that, The past has been Chevy. The present is Ford. More specifically, the present is Penske Racing. So I have to go with yes, the guy that mirrors Ben Rhodes' situation in the Truck Series until he just got that win at Bristol Dirt. Ryan Blaney is, I think, second in the points outside of winners, 3 points behind Chase Elliott. He's having a phenomenal season once again, been crazy consistent, coming off another top 5 at Bristol Dirt. This is turning one of those tracks. It's kind of becoming like a Blaney playground, if you will. He's already got some wins here. I would not be surprised I'll see that 12-piece in Victory Lane again. For being my bachelor party weekend, I would love to see it. I'm going with the 12, Ryan Blaney.
I like that pick. All right, Dalton, who you got and why is it Kyle Busch?
Dude, I want to pick. There's nothing I would love more than watch Kyle Busch go back to back for Bristol Dirt to Talladega. I never thought he'd win at Bristol.
There's nothing more that we would hate less than to watch you be that obnoxious again.
No, listen. If you thought my Bristol celebration video was wild, if he somehow wins Talladega, oh my God. I don't even know what the hell I'm going to do.
You
honestly.
wouldn't make it back home.
No, I would not.
You would be uninvited from my wedding is what would happen.
I deserve it, honestly. Dude, seriously. If he somehow wins Talladega, I don't know what the hell's going to happen. Just stay tuned, I guess.
Yeah. We'll have the cameras rolling, that's for sure.
But unfortunately, picking Kyle Busch to win a super speedway race is like picking Tennessee to beat Alabama football. It's just not going to happen.
Or to win the Music City Bowl. Whatever.
Oh, fuck you. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. You referee fuck. Fuck you. All right. So instead, you told me to pick a Chevrolet for your best bet. So I'll do just that. I'm going to go with a guy who's a very aggressive super speed racer. No, not Ricky Stenhouse, because he disappointed me last week because I picked him for Bristol Dirt. So I'm going to do Ross Chastain. Ross Chastain is a very underrated ass super speedway racer. He's pretty aggressive. He's known to start some big ones. Hopefully he doesn't this weekend, but watch out for the Melon Man, boys.
Yeah.
Dalton, before we get to Ian's pick, I have one request for the weekend.
Okay.
I need one of you in the stands doing your reeling them in. I need one this weekend. I gotta see it.
He was doing it in Atlanta.
Yes, he was.
If he gets the lead, then that's when you'll see it. Like if he's running for the lead, then that's when I'll reel it in.
Oh shit. All right, guys. So for my pick to win on Sunday, it's gonna be his 4th Cup Series start this season and in his career. I got to go with the guy who just got a new sponsorship, probably one of the biggest sponsors to come into NASCAR right now. We got the number 62 driver, Noah Gregson, running that Wendy's car. We know that he is a really good super speedway racer in the Xfinity Series. He looked really good in the Daytona 500 this year before he got collected. Even at Atlanta Motor Speedway, he was coming up really fast. So I think he's got a good opportunity. If the car stays clean, he stays out of trouble, I think he could either get a top 10 or even a win if he gets some help from behind him. So I'm looking for that 62, get his first Cup Series win, guys. That I would fucking lose it.
Bro,
I don't know if we're emotionally prepared for a Noah Gregson win. I don't know if we can handle it.
No.
I can see it for Xfinity, but Cup, it's a long shot. But Ian,
dude, that 62 always looks good at the Cup race. I mean, Brennan Gaughan, he's been close a few times getting a Daytona 500. Remember before he got flipped, what was it, 2019 when he was running the pink 62? He was running. He was running towards the front before he got flipped. So we know Noah is a smart super speedway racer. Let's see if he can stay clean. Let's hope no one fucks with him this race. And I think he'll have himself a pretty good finish.
One thing I want to point out for 2019 Talladega Fall, Kyle Busch should have never, ever, ever went to the middle lane before that wreck happened. He should have stayed on the damn bottom, and that still pisses me off to this day. Yeah. I don't know why you would go to the middle lane, like open up the bottom for Stenhouse to drive through you and go get in front of Kurt Busch, who has a pointy-ass Chevrolet nose, to turn yourself around. I'm never gonna let that go. But anyway, yeah, this Wendy's car that Noah's got this weekend is probably a new iconic scheme for NASCAR.
Yeah, looks good too, man.
I mean, and look, I hate Wendy's besides their fries and Frosties. And if the National Predators score 4 goals, I get free Frosties in my local Wendy's. So that's awesome. But yeah, it would be cool for him to see that way. I'm glad Wendy's is stepping in and being a sponsor. I like fast food paint schemes, like whether I like them or not. And this is a damn good scheme. I really like the merch they got too. So I can't wait to see you rocking that Wendy's gear whenever it comes.
Yeah.
Hopefully they'll have it this weekend for you.
I hope so.
But we'll see. But yeah, man, I always want to see a Noah Gragson win just for you, either on Saturday or Sunday, whenever it is. Just I want it. I want to see you.
Absolutely.
And maybe we'll find him at the Boulevard. Maybe he'll be wins. If he wins, he will be at the Boulevard without a doubt.
Oh yeah, I think regardless he'll be at the Boulevard because I remember I always seen videos and pictures of him going like every year, and he's a bit of a party animal too. So
yeah, and I remember last year after he got wrecked in his interview, he was sitting in the infield care center with beads all around his neck.
Yeah,
that was amazing.
Yeah. But guys, that will about wrap it up for our show here. Dalton, thank you again for subbing for our buddy Nick Kinsel as he is out right now. Guys, again, you can follow Dalton on Twitter and Instagram. Make sure to follow Left Turn Cult as well. We'll put all the links below. Dalton, thank you, buddy.
Yeah, dude, I appreciate you guys. Yeah, follow me on Twitter. I am 20 followers away from 3,000. Can we get there? Can we get there before Talladega, please? But once again, thank you guys for 1,000 followers on Left Turn Cult. We actually just hit 1,100 followers after the Bristol Dirt race, so that was pretty awesome. We're popping off, man. We're doing vlogs, we're doing fan interviews at the track, so it's only going to get better from here. But just thank you guys so much for following along with us at Bristol this week. Yeah, thank you so much for following along with us this weekend at Bristol. Also, thank you, Ian, for no problem coming on tonight. I was getting my teeth cleaned at the dentist when you texted me. I said, sure, why not? It's after a Bristol Dirt win, so I got to make the show, right? So, yeah, but I appreciate you. Can't wait to see you fuckers at Talladega. It's going to be wild AF. I'm so ready.
Oh, yeah. Let's do it, boys. Awesome. Let's do it.
Can't wait. So, guys, thanks for tuning in. Make sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure to follow us on all social media platforms. We'll have the link below. And make sure to check out our merchandise, all designed by Dalton Good.
Wait. Get the stickers, boys. These are nice.
I'm going to be handing out a bunch of stickers at Talladega. So if you guys are there, come up to me and I'll give you some free stickers. So
there you go.
Yep. So guys, for the Stock Car Spectacle, I'm Ian Jortson.
I'm Mike Campbell.
And I'm Nick Kizzle. Shit, Dalton Good, Twitter celebrity.
And we'll see you guys next time. Have fun at Talladega. We'll make sure to keep you guys posted with our crazy adventures.